Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Newport News, Virginia, home of the Apprentice School Builders, where this afternoon the Apprentice School Builders starting the season here at home will be taking on the Southern Virginia University Knights out of Buena Vista, Virginia. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Howard McCain. Dave Davenport is our engineer producer, where this afternoon Coach Joe Dupay will bring his Knights in to take on Vincent Brown and the Apprentice School Builders. We've already had our national anthem. The captains for both teams are making their way onto the field to the midfield stripe, where we will have the coin toss to see who will receive the football first. But ladies and gentlemen, unless you've been living under a rock someplace, football is back. We are now into the 2024-2025 football season, and we are excited to bring you this afternoon's contest. Again, Coach Dupay brings his Knights into this contest. Tell you a little bit about the team as they get ready to make their way to midfield for the coin toss. Coach Dupay, in his third season at the helm of the Knights, has an overall record of 2-18 in his 2 seasons at the helm of the Knights. So the Knights aren't necessarily new to the Builders. These teams have played each other before. Today will mark the 10th time these squads have faced each other. Right now, the Knights are leading the overall record in that contest of 2-7. Well, actually 7-2 is what their overall record is against the Builders. And the new edition, the 24-25 edition of the Apprentice School Builders, have now made their way onto the field. And as they do that, the coin toss is taking place at the 50-yard line. Looks like the Builders have won the toss, and the Builders have elected to defer to the second half. So the Knights will start the season with the ball first. And again, Coach Dupay, like I said, is overall.
Newport News Apprentice has won the toss and is elected to defer to the second half. Southern Virginia will receive.
Sorry about that. All of that the official just said came in through my headset and it scared the heck out of me. But again, his overall record is 2-18. Had a lot of coaching stops prior to coming to Southern Virginia University, but we'll talk about those as the contest goes forward. And again, we'll talk about his background as well. For Coach Vincent Brown, bit of a disappointing year last year. Builders finished the season last year with an overall record of 4-6. As Coach Brown goes into his 4th season at the helm for the Builders. His overall record right now with the Builders as their head coach is 14-15. The Detroit native looking to get his team back on the winning track after a historic season 2 years ago. Coach Brown is looking to get the guys back going. He said that they're motivated, they're excited. Of course, in fall camp, they've been hitting each other for weeks. Now comes an opportunity for them to hit someone new as the special teams unit makes their way onto the field. We are moments away from game number 1 kicking off of the 2024-2025 football season for the Apprentice School Builders. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. So the Builders are getting ready to put toe to leather as the special teams unit again makes their way onto the field. Builders set to kick it away. Back to receive for the Knights, Javen Ball and Tyreek Hall. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. Kickoff fielded by Hall. Hall walled off on the far side of the field. It's going to be pushed out of bounds just over the 23, I believe, 24-yard line, and that is where the Knights of Southern Virginia University will take over 1st and 10, their first drive of the afternoon, as their quarterback, Isaiah Maxey, leads his team onto the field. He'll be joined in the backfield by Tyreek Hall and also Trey Kelso as they flank Maxey to the left and to the right. 3 wide receiver set, no tight end, as the give goes to Hall. Hall drugged down from behind by the Apprentice School linebacker. Frank Coleman makes the stop. Frank Coleman, the 6', 230-pound freshman, making his first stop of his career here with the Apprentice School Builders as Maxey looks, delivers in the flat to Hall again. Hall chopped down. Bit of a gain, short gain on the play. About 2 yards on the play. Sincere Hawkins, one of the builders in on the stop, and that's going to bring up third down. Money down upcoming for the Builder defense. Have an opportunity to get a 3 and out on the opening drive of the football game. Pass into the flat to the wide receiver. That is Taylor Carden. Taylor Carden, the freshman out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. He's going to be stopped well short of a first down, so that's going to bring up fourth down punting situation as the special teams unit will make their way onto the field for both teams. As the Builders send Josiah Beecham back to receive the punt. As Alex Sylvester set to kick it away. No rush. Punt takes a night bounce. That had to have been about a 15-yard bounce that he got on that. So the Builders will have excellent starting field position, starting at about their own 29-yard line as the Builders take over offense and Southern Virginia takes over on defense. Right now, as far as weather goes, about 75 degrees here in Newport News, Virginia. Winds are about 5 miles per hour out of the south. If you look at the goalposts, the flags aren't really flying that bad, so wind won't be a factor. Right now, humidity level is sitting around about 88%. And the chance of rain this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, is right around about 4%, so that is excellent. As the Builders get ready to run their first offensive play of the year. New quarterback in for the Builders. Out is Mason Tatum. In is Grant Swanger. Swanger, my bad. And we get a stoppage in play. And I believe we're going to get a delayed game.
On the offense, number 5. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Coach Brown has to be pulling his hair out. Wait a minute. Sorry. Coach Brown does not have hair. What a way to start your opening drive of the season with a penalty. So the Builders are backed up 5, 1st and 15 as Swanger. Single setback in the backfield. Looks. Has time. Gets away from the rush. Gets it downfield, but was that completed in bounds? And they're going to say no. So that one is going to go incomplete. Its intended target was Eduardo Rios, the 6'1", 175-pound freshman wide receiver out of right here in Newport News, Virginia. So Grant Swanger is our new quarterback, a senior actually, getting his first start, 6'1", 210 pounds out of Chesapeake. Joined in the backfield by Ty Taylor, the 5'9", 190-pound freshman running back out of Hampton. He flanks Swanger to his left. Play clock is about to expire again. Do the officials see it? And yes, they do. And that is another
delay game. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So that's another unforced penalty. I mean, that's a pre-snap penalty. We've got to do a better job, of course, of getting the play call in faster than we're doing. So right now, Builders are backed up. Now it's 2nd and 20. 4 wide receiver set, play clock at 15. Single setback, no tight end. Safety's playing shallow. Here's Swanger. Swanger looks, delivers. Going deep. Playing center field and picking him off for the Knights. That is number 6. Let's see here. He is not on my board. That is C.J. Williams, the sophomore out of Heathville, Virginia, with the first turnover of the afternoon. And just like that, the Builders go from offense straight to defense. So while we have a brief stoppage in play, our officials for this afternoon's game, our referee is Jeff Davis. Our umpire is Paul Raven. Our linesman is Preston Parker. Our line judge is Kevin Stacy. The back judge is Dakota Tomlin. Our field judge is Myron Stanley as Maxie finds his receiver. Taken down after about a 4-yard gain on first down. That's going to be 2nd down and 6 upcoming as Tucker McCormick with the catch. Back to our officials. Our side judge is Alfonso Sample. Our clock operator is Alex Bruman. And our 25-second clock operator is Andy Marshall, who told me pregame he loves his wife very, 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 very much. Ball comes out. And that's going to be a turnover. So the Builders playing takeaway of their own as Frank Coleman, I believe. So that's the Builders' first turnover of the season. So the turnover battle is now even in the contest. So once again, the Builders back on offense. Grant Swanger with another opportunity, having turned the ball over just one play ago with the inside give. Not much there up the middle for Ty Taylor. He's brought down quickly on the play, I believe, behind the line of scrimmage. He's brought down by Talon Birch, who plays defensive end. He's a freshman out of West Jordan, Utah. So Builders are off schedule now, 2nd down and 11. Single setback to the left of Swanger. Swanger back. Plenty of protection. Looks, that pass knocked away again by Talon Birch. Trying to hit his wide receiver out in the flat. That was Josiah Beecham. But Birch swipes it away. So it's going to make it now 3rd and 11 for the Builders. Builders in their maroon over maroon uniforms. And as I was talking to the engineer producer prior to the football game today, they were 1-2 last season when they wore this particular get-up. But one cool thing, and I'll tell you about the uniforms in just a moment after this play, is 2 wide receivers off to either side of Swanger tries to hit his running back circling out of backfield. Kamari Moore, pass overthrown, so that's going to make it 4th down as the punting team comes on. And again, the Builders, as far as uniforms go, they now have a contract with New Balance. So New Balance is now the official outfitter of the Builder football team. So uniforms brand spanking new this season. They look really, really good. So we're going to throw out the old record that had for the old uniforms at home of 1-2, and they're going to start off fresh as that high snap is controlled by the punter. Punt is away. That one is going to take a bounce, and it's going to make its way into the end zone. So that'll be a touchback. So Builders unsuccessful in moving the football on both of their opening possessions of the contest. The first one ended with a turnover. C.J. Williams with the interception for the Knights. Second one, pretty much 3 and out and a punt. So back onto the field come the Knights with Isaiah Massey at quarterback once again. Tyreek Hall in the backfield. I'm trying my best to not call him Tyreek Hill, but it's Tyreek Hall with the give up the middle. Hall able to find a small crease on the right side of the offensive front, able to surge ahead for about a yard and a half, close to 2, I believe. So it's going to make it 2nd down and 8. 11 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Pass out in the flat to the tight end. That's Alex Sylvester. Looks like Sylvester was able to pick up about maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe 4 on the play. So it's going to make it 3rd and manageable here for Isaiah Maxey and the offense for the Knights. Give goes to Hall. Hall eaten up in the backfield. Beautiful job of shooting the gap and getting into the backfield to make that stop. And I believe that was Frank Coleman. I believe that was able to get into the backfield. So far, he's been disruptive in the contest, been virtually unblockable up front for the defensive front for the Builders. So the Builders force a 3-and-out after giving the ball over to the Knights after their own 3-and-out. Josiah Beecham is back to receive the punt from Alex Sylvester. 9:52 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless here at Builder Field. Of course, we're coming to you live from the Jimmy Wilson press box. Well, that punt is a coverage punt. Fielded by Beecham. Beecham able to get the football over into plus territory. Into Knight territory, he's taken down around about the 44-yard line. That is ideal starting field position for the Builders. This will be their 3rd possession of the contest, so we're going to see if Coach Elton Brown is able to put together something to get them started at the quarterback position. Right now up front, Builders not able to do much of anything when it comes to either running or throwing the football. Builders may have gotten started a little early, no flag, as the inside give goes to Taylor, who just continues to churn and picked up a hard. Looks like he picked up about 5.5 yards, where it seemed like he should have only gotten about 3, but good job of just continuing to churn his feet. With a little bit of help from his friends to turn a 2-yard gain into about a 6-yard gain. So 2nd down and 4 upcoming. And one really, really good thing to help settle down a quarterback who more than likely has first game jitters is for your running game to really, really compliment you. As the Knights do a good job of stringing that one out, but it was just superior athleticism by Ty Taylor to get around the left end and surge upfield for a 1st down for the Builders as the sticks move. 8:48 remaining in the first quarter here at Builder Field. We are scoreless. So I told you before the broadcast that this is the 10th meeting between these schools. Right now, the Knights hold a 7-2 victory edge over the Builders. Builders are on a 6-game losing streak to the Knights currently as the give goes back inside. That's Kamari Moore, who's able to surge ahead for positive yards. So Cutler Matheson with the stop, but not before. Moore was able to pick up about 4 yards on 1st down. We have a stop. As that pass goes into the end zone incomplete, we have a stoppage in play, a pre-snap penalty. I see some of the Builders, and I think the official pointing to the Knights.
Offsides with contact, number 31. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So that's 5 yards of free real estate that the Builders have just acquired. So that makes it now 2nd down and 1. So right now, the entire offensive playbook is wide open to Coach Elton Brown. If he wants to take a shot in the end zone, he can. If it comes up incomplete, he can always try to come back and get the 1st down on 3rd down. Let's see what he does. Inside give. They don't play around. They just give it to the running back up the middle. So Ty Taylor able to pick up enough for a 1st down, and that continues this 3rd drive of the contest for the Builders. Builders, you can start to see that they're starting to settle down just a little bit across the offensive line. Is right now the Knights having a tough time stopping the run, but it's early. Swanger looks to the sideline to Elton Brown to see if there's a change in play. There isn't. Play clock at 10. inside. Give. Up the middle. Did he get in? Nope. They're going to say he's down at the half-yard line. It's Ty Taylor. I mean, the entire defense in the middle just opened up and parted like the Red Sea. Taylor just unable to keep his balance. He goes down at the half-yard line, and the Builders with a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. As we get an official's timeout right now. Nope. We're going to be back in play. Give. Up the middle. Builders are into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders. Kamari Moore with a half-yard plunge into the end zone. The 5'10", 180-pound freshman running back out of Chesapeake, Virginia, gets the Builders on the board first here at the 6:26 mark of the first quarter. Builders with the point after attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick. All 3 are good. So 6:26 remaining in the first quarter. Builders strike first, 7-0, thanks to a 1-yard touchdown run by Kamari Moore. We will be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
6:26 remaining in the first quarter here at Builder Field as the Builders take a 7-0 lead. Game number 1 of the 2024-2025 season as the Builders kick it away. Give up a huge return after taking the lead 7-0 thanks to a 1-yard plunge into the end zone by Kamari Moore. So the Builders back on defense as the Knights make their way back onto the field offensively. Isaiah Maxey, once again, the junior out of Jefferson, Georgia. Talking with their coach prior to the start of the contest, Coach Joe Dupay, he did reveal to us, ladies and gentlemen, they have 80 freshmen on their roster. I thought it was 67, but it's actually 80 as that one is rocketed to the wide receiver. Tough catch in the middle of the field there. Huge hit at the end, corralling that one. Okay, I don't have an 88. I don't have an 88, so I'm not really sure who that may have been. That may have been Andy Hatch. Maybe he had a jersey change. But as it goes, that's a first down at the 49-yard line of the Knights as Hall tries to leap over the defense, and the defense said nothing doing as Hall is able to pick up about maybe a half yard, maybe even a quarter of a yard before he's brought down. Okay, thanks to our crack staff, I was able to find out who number 88 is, crack staff being my wife. It's Maxey. Looks, delivers, pass incomplete. Pass is intended for Andrew Cross, but that one is going to fall incomplete, so it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 as there is a penalty flag in the offensive backfield, and the indication from our referee, Jeff Davis, is that it is holding. So instead of taking the play, the Builders are going to take the yardage.
Going to play, holding. Number 55, on the offense, 10-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
So with that being a spot foul, as the referee turns his mic off, thank you, sir. So that's going to push the Knights from their own 48-yard line all the way back to their own 39-yard line. So huge penalty, 2nd and 19, as Maxey, being chased, finds his receiver, able to get back all of the penalty yardage and then some is Tucker McCormick. Tucker McCormick, the freshman out of Salt Lake City, Utah, long way from home, able to make the reception as they go hurry up. Give inside to Hall. Hall bounces it outside to the right where he's able to find running room. And just like that, the Knights go from 2nd and 19 to 1st and 10 in Builder territory.
And that will be a first down for Southern Virginia.
So the Knights putting together a few plays here after having given up the first score of the season to the Builders, as once again Hall with the carry. We see a helmet on the field, which always makes you hold your breath for a split second because you have to check to see if there's a head still in that helmet. Thank God it wasn't. Frank Coleman has to come to the near side, to the sideline for at least one play. Hall able to pick up 2. It's Maxey, pressure. Maxey goes down, sack. Jay Sean Johnson comes on the safety blitz, able to get home to the quarterback. Jay Sean, the 5'10", 175-pound senior out of Highland Springs, Virginia. So that's about a loss of about 6 yards on the play. That's going to make it 3rd down and 14. Knights, 4 wide receiver set, single setback with Maxey. Maxey looks, stops, pressured, delivers, downfield. No flags on the play. Pass intended for Chase Pope, but he was covered up nicely by Jay Sean Jackson, who just had the sack a moment ago on Maxey. So just like that, the Builders able to snuff out a drive. Nice drive being put together by the Knights, but they're going to come up empty as Alex Sylvester set to punt it away. Back to receive for the Builders once again is Josiah Beecham down around his own 10-yard line. So Builders gave up a few yards on that drive, bend but don't break. Again, thanks to a sack from the defense. Hill Sylvester, nice high punt. That ball was touched by the Builders, and there are nothing but Knights around the football, and they're going to come away with it. So Josiah Beecham with a miscue on the punt. He had to go into an all-out sprint to try to make his way over to the football. And conventional wisdom normally tells you that if that ball bounces inside the 10-yard line, do not try to field it. Allow it to go into the end zone. He tried to field it, could not. Football was last touched by Beecham, and the Knights were able to recover. So Isaiah Maxey back on the field with the offense. Again, Tyreek Hall flanking him to his left. Man in motion is the tight end, and we have a penalty. That's going to be a
False start. Number 72 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Seth Olin, the freshman out of Parker, Colorado, is going to be credited with the false start. So that moves the Knights back to their own, to the Builder 10-yard line as the handoff goes inside to Hall. Hall wrapped up quickly. As Mason McGavran with the tackle inside. No gain on the play, so that's 2nd and goal upcoming. 2:43 remaining in the first quarter. Builders lead 7-0. Again, thanks to a 1-yard plunge into the end zone by Kamari Moore. As the give, nope, fake. And once again, Builders come up big defensively. Another sack as Adonis Watson with the stop. You know, his jersey is kind of scrunched up in the front. I thought that was actually an 8, but that's a 6. That's Adonis Watson from the defensive end position that has been darn near unblockable early in this football game. As Maxey, single setback to his right is Hall, and we have another stoppage. And that's going to be another false start on the offense.
False start. Number 12 on the offense. Penalty. Third down.
So that false start is going to be credited to Taylor Carden, the freshman out of Idaho Falls, Idaho. So now that moves the football back. Remember, this drive started at the Builder 5-yard line. Now it is third down, and they're back to the Builder 16-yard line. So can the Builders hold and keep them out of the end zone? As we get another stoppage, and this time it's going to be a timeout.
Timeout. Newport News Apprentice. Their first charge time of the half.
Okay, so Coach Vincent Brown calls a timeout, 1:38 remaining, 7-0 Builders. We're going to step away. We will be right back.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
And the sack by the Builders, number 56, Adonis Watson. His second sack of the drive.
Builders able to hold on third down and 16. Sack once again by the Builders. That, I believe, is their fourth sack of the game. I'll check during the timeout to make sure, but I believe that's the Builders' fourth sack of the game. So Gabe Butler on to try a 39-yard field goal for the Knights to try to get them on the scoreboard. Again, Builders lead 7-0 to hold the snap. The punt, the field goal is blocked. Builders with an opportunity if they can get the football, and they do, but unable to get it downfield. But Sincere Hawkins able to secure the loose ball, and the Builders will take over 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe, leading 7-0. 50 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and you could not have scripted it better for the special teams unit for the Builders. That's the way Coach Lyndon Trail drew it up for them. Builders able to knife in, block the field goal attempt, and maintain their 7-0 lead over the Knights, who, again, the Builders are in the midst of a 6-game losing streak too, as the give goes to the running back. That's Taylor. Taylor continues to just run through and around guys, and by the time it is all said and done, he picks up about 13 yards, but there's a flag. He was finally brought down after a 13-yard run by Lucas Martin. So the only thing you can think of is there a personal foul penalty, maybe?
Holding on the offense, number 22. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, never mind. It wasn't a personal foul penalty. That is actually going to be holding.
Correction, number 2.
Okay, so that's so that was McKeegan, Purakowski. So that's going to nullify a 13-yard gain by the Builders. That puts them way back at the original line of scrimmage. But now it is 1st and 20. Wait a minute. Now I see where the first start down marker is 10 yards away as the give goes once again, just like it was a second ago. It worked so nice. Let's run the same play twice to Ty Taylor. And instead of picking up 13 yards, Ty picked about 15 yards. So right now, the Knights showing little to no resistance to the run game for the Builders as Taylor makes his way off of the field.
This concludes the first quarter of play.
And as you heard from the referee, Jeff Davis, that is the end of the first quarter. Builders 7-0 here at home. Game number 1 of the 2024-2025 season. Builders over the Knights 7-0. We will return.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
All set to start quarter number 2. Here the first home game, the opening game of the season, I believe, for both teams. This is their first game of the season as the Builders lead 7-0 as the give goes off the right side to Kamari Moore. Able to pick up positive yards. Looks like he picked up about 5 on the play. He's going to bring up 2nd and 5, and Grant Swanger has got to be thrilled right now from the quarterback position that the bulk of the offense isn't being placed on his shoulders, because right now the Builders doing a fantastic job up front of controlling the line of scrimmage and giving huge running lanes to the running back. So far Grant hasn't had to put in much work except just giving the football off, as he do right there again, this time to the left side for Kamari Moore. Moore was brought down just short of a first down, so it's going to be 3rd down, I believe, and about maybe a yard, a half of a yard. Clock continues to run, 13:58. As Swanger comes over to talk directly to Elton Brown to get the offensive call for the next play. Builders, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 running back. As the keep for the quarterback goes up the middle. He fumbled but was able to jump back on the loose ball, and I believe he was able to surge ahead for just enough to pick up a first down. And there's the indication from the referee, Jeff Davis. First down, Builders. So the drive continues at the 25-yard line of the Knights. Builders methodical in their offense, taking their time as they come out in 11 personnel. 1 tight end, 1 tailback to the left of Swanger. Swanger gets the play off just in time. Wide open receiver in the left flat. Touchdown, Builders. 25-yard strike from Swanger to a wide open, streaking down the left side of the field into the end zone is T.K. Petty, touchdown, Builders. 25 yards. 12:46 remaining in the second quarter as the Builders add to their lead. As the Builders on to attempt the point after is Logan Eastman. The snap, the hold, the kick, all three are good. And ladies and gentlemen, the Builders now with a 2-touchdown lead, but there is a flag. As Jeff Davis makes his way over to Coach Vincent Brown to talk about what the penalty is, the belief is that is going to go against the Knights, which means the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Here's the call.
The extra point is good. During the play, personal foul, roughing the kicker on the defense. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So again, the Builders now with a 2-touchdown lead in the contest, thanks to a 1-yard plunge into the end zone at the 6:26 mark of the first quarter by Kamari Moore. Builders have now followed that up with a 25-yard touchdown strike from the quarterback to T.K. Petty, who was wide open on the near side right in front of us. So Logan Eastman will now instead kick off from the midfield stripe, thanks to the 15-yard roughing penalty that was dropped against the Knights. Nice crowd on hand to see the Builders kick off the 2024-2025 football season here at Builder Field. Again, we are broadcasting to you live from the Jimmy Wilson press box. Dave Davenport is our engineer producer as Eastman boots it deep into the end zone, and the Knights are going to bring it out. I believe that is Hall, and Hall is going to be smacked down. Nope, that's not Hall. That is Antoine Mills, who ran that one out of the end zone. Builders able to deny the kickoff returner the 20-yard line. So instead, Isaiah Maxey and the offense will start at their own 11-yard line, down by 2 scores, as Coach Dupay sends his offense back onto the field. Again, Coach Dupay, he's in his 3rd season at the helm for the Knights. Again, an overall record right now of 2-18, but he's had a lot of coaching stops on his way to the head job with the Knights. He actually served as an offensive coordinator at Cal Poly for a little while, as I believe we have a stoppage. I don't see any flags on the field.
Delay game
And that's
on the offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Okay, I didn't see the flag that was dropped, so that's going to be an additional 5 yards of real estate that the Knights are going to surrender to the Builders. So that moves the football back inside the 10-yard line to the 6-yard line. So again, Coach Dupay spent some time as the offensive coordinator at Cal Poly prior to coming to the Knights. As that ball is delivered into the flat, it's complete, but the receiver put his knee down to catch the football, and that's where it's going to be whistled dead. So that's going to move the Knights back inside their own 5-yard line now. So offensively, they're going in the wrong direction, but we'll take it. 2nd down and 18 upcoming. So an OC stop at Cal Poly. Also was the running back coach for a while at BYU. He also served in an offensive coordinator capacity for Navy, the midshipman, as the handoff goes up the middle. So the Knights head coach with a lot of coaching experience prior to coming to SVU. And that's Southern Virginia University. Their coach, Dupay, he also played a little bit of quarterback. Played for Southern Utah University as Maxey finds his running back Hall out of the backfield. So the Knights try to run something safe, who get really close to a first down. Depends on the spot. He's going to be short. Not by much, though. So, yeah, it's only going to be fourth down and about one upcoming. So the Knights aren't going to gamble. So they are going to bring the special teams unit onto the field for a second. I thought maybe, just maybe, they might be courageous and go for it here deep in their own end, being down by 2 scores. But still a whole lot of football left to be played here. Things started out a little rocky for the Builders early in the first quarter. They looked so out of sorts, but you can really see they've really settled down as the contest has continued, and we get a stoppage.
Yeah. Their first charge time of the half.
So as you heard from Jeff Davis, that'll be a timeout as each team is going to come to their respective sideline. As again, as far as this series goes, with Southern Virginia, Builders haven't been all that successful. Again, only 2 wins in 9 tries against this team. Builders are 1-3 here against Southern Virginia. So again, these teams are no strangers to one another. Builders taking on the squad whose makeup overall on their team, 80 freshmen on this team. And if you look up and down their roster, the majority of their talent comes from the Midwest and the West part of the country. A lot of guys from California, a lot of guys from Utah. I saw a guy on there from Minnesota, even saw a guy on there from Alberta, Canada. So their recruiting footprint is large when it comes to this program. So again, Southern Virginia University, located about 3 hours west of Newport News, Virginia. As the Builders look set to receive. Sylvester, that one went off the side of his foot. Builders are going to have excellent starting field position as that one trickles out of bounds just north of the Builder 40-yard line at the 42-yard line. So Builders with another short field to go to put points on the board, 10:46 remaining in the first half. As Swanger leads his unit back onto the field, you got to believe he's feeling a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident after having tossed his first touchdown pass of the season to Petty, 25 yards on the last possession. As the give goes back inside, this time the Builders test the right side of the offensive front, and they're able to pick up maybe a yard and a half or 2 on first down, making it 2nd down and 8. Kamari Moore, who already has a touchdown credited to his name this afternoon, a 1-yard plunge into the end zone in the first quarter. So the pace of the game is slowed down a lot. Crowd quiet as the give goes once again to Moore. Moore able to get around the left side this time, but he's chopped down before picking up a first down. Taken down on the play by Jack Christensen. Once again, a freshman. Christensen is from San Diego, California. So like we said earlier, 80 freshmen on this roster. Builders, 3 wide receiver set. 1 tight end, 1 tailback, 11 personnel as Elton Brown moves them around 4 seconds on the play clock. 3, 2, and they just get it off for Swanger. Swanger able to circumvent his way through the defense and continues to rumble until he gets down close to the 20-yard line. That'll be a first down, Builders. As you can start to see, the Builders are starting to feel more and more comfortable in this offense as Amari Gilchrist finally brings down Swanger, but not before a huge pickup on the play of 28 yards. Builders have taken control of the trenches.
First and 10, ball at the 22-yard line.
Kamari Moore is your single setback for the Builders. We have not seen Ty Taylor from the tailback position for quite some time, as we have a stoppage in play. There's going to be a timeout.
Timeout. Southern Virginia. Their second charge timeout of the half.
As Coach DuPay takes his second timeout of the half, that will leave them one with 8:32 remaining in the first half. Builders are in control and feeling it. Builders with an opportunity to go up. They're already up 2 full scores. Builders with an opportunity to go up 3 scores here early in the game. So again, this is the game number 1 of the 2024-2025 season for the Builders. I was kind of worried earlier today because so much rain had fallen that I thought the playing surface would be just absolutely terrible for both teams. But having walked around the field during the pregame, field drained very, very nicely. So the turf has not been an issue in this contest. As the timeout is now over, both teams back at the line of scrimmage. Here's Swanger, flanked by Moore. Swanger looks left side, tries to get it inside into Petty. Petty fought forward and caught it. Are you kidding me? That is a 22-yard touchdown pass reception into the end zone by Petty, who was double covered, but was still able to come down with the pass. And, folks, you got to understand, Petty isn't the largest receiver you'll ever see in football. He goes 5'9", 165 pounds, but, man, he played like he was about 6'3", 215 on that play by being able to get in between 2 defenders and pull down the 22-yard reception in the end zone, as the point after attempt by Eastman is up, and it is good. 8:25 remaining in the second quarter. Builders have increased their lead to 21-0 over the visiting Knights of Southern Virginia University. Builders with a golden opportunity to break this 6-game losing streak that they're currently on to the Knights. So again, 8:25 remaining in the first half. Builders have increased their lead to 21-0 thanks to a 22-yard pitch and catch from Swanger to Petty. So it looks like Swanger and Petty have something cooking, as that is now Petty's second touchdown reception of the contest. And again, the point after by Logan Eastman, is up and good. Now, the Knights haven't fared very, very well in season openers. They actually haven't won a season opener in the past 3 years. Their last opening win of the season came against Wilmington out of Ohio, where they won that one in overtime 41-34, and they find themselves down 21-0 here as the kickoff is fielded. And a big hit. And the fans loved it. As you can hear some of the comments from the fans coming down, it was Javen Ball who received that kickoff, but he was met, dare I say, violently, right around about the 33-yard line by the Builders special teams unit. Did we get that number? I thought I saw 43, but I do not have a 43 on my roster, but we'll check that because that was a huge hit delivered right there. So Isaiah Maxey back on the field to try to see if they can put something together offensively, as Maxey delivers out in the flat to his wide receiver. That is Tucker McCormick. So McCormick, I believe, was able to pick up enough for a first down. Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. Let me see where they're going to spot the football. So it's going to be second down upcoming. Second down and about 5. Maxey with the give. That's Hall. Hall able to find a seam and able to get upfield. And that's going to be enough for a first down as the clock continues to tick. 7:36 remaining in the second quarter as, I'm sorry, that's not Maxey in at quarterback. That's Chad Kearns. So a quarterback change for Coach Dupay as Kearns flushed out of the pocket, able to get upfield for about a half of a yard gain on first down, so that'll make it 2nd and 9 upcoming. As the Knights try to show some tempo in their offense. 4 wide receiver set, no tight end. Single setback is Hall. Hall with the, nope, that is not Hall either. So it looks like Coach Dupay is shaking up the offense a little bit as Trey Kelso is now in at tailback. And just as soon as Kelso with the carry, Hall comes back in. So Hall is now, Tyreek Hall is now your single setback. That was a substitution. As Hall slams into the defensive front, and they're going to give him a fortuitous spot. They're going to say he was able to pick up about a yard and a half. So it's going to make it 4th down upcoming, 4th and really, really short. Man, that is a really, really good spot. I'm surprised it's not a first down. Looks like the nose of the football was sitting right on about the 35-yard line, and it looks like they needed to get to the 35-yard line to pick up a first. But maybe our angle is just off because I just did not think that Hall got that far upfield. Still 4th down and 1. Here's Hall. Hall. I think Hall may have coughed up the football. I saw the official come in and mark it with a beanbag, but it looks like the Knights were able to jump back on it and secure possession. Now, there was no gain on the play. The football is exactly where it was at the start of the snap. So is that going to be a turnover on downs? They haven't given an indication yet. We're still waiting. And the linesman said he signaled a first down. If you're Coach Brown, you want a measurement. As Coach Brown is trying to get the attention of the referee, and they whistle the ball back in play. Coach Brown wanted a measurement, didn't get it. So instead, here's Hall. Hall over the left side. Late flag comes in at the end of the play. So Hall was able to pick up enough for the first down, and that's going to move the sticks. But let's see what the flag is going to be. I'm really surprised the officials did not measure on that 4th down carry. That is surprising.
Personal foul, face mask, number 11 on the defense. Half the distance to the goal. Play results in a first down.
So that's Kamari Trueblood with the face mask penalty for the Builders, the 5'9", 175-pound sophomore.
Newport News apprentice.
As we get a timeout. 5:17 remaining in the first half. Builders with a commanding 3-touchdown lead over the Knights of Southern Virginia University. If you're just joining us, Builders were able to get on the board first in the first quarter thanks to a 1-yard plunge into the end zone by Kamari Moore. Builders then followed that up in the second quarter with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Swanger to Petty on the left side of the field. And later on in the quarter, Builders able to hit Petty for another strike into the end zone, this time 22 yards from Swanger to Petty. All 3-point-after attempts were good, and the Builders have a 21-0 lead as we march towards halftime. 5:17 remaining in the first half. Builder defense trying to maintain a shutout. I'm sure Coach Brown wanted to have a conversation with the ref on that 4th down call, that went the Knights' way, where it looked like the Knights may not have had enough for a first down, but no measurement was taken. So we are now back in play as Kearns, the quarterback, now in for Maxey. Tries to go around the left side. He's taken down for no gain on the play, which make it now 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Loss of 1 yard on the carry.
Correction. That was actually a negative gain on that play, as this time the handoff goes to Hall. Hall tripped himself up as he tried to go around the left side. He was still able to get upfield to get positive yards. Looks like he may have picked up about 5. So it's going to make it now 2nd down, I believe, and about 6, 3rd down and about 6 upcoming. Clock continues to run, 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. Builders trying to preserve their shutout as Hall almost stopped in the backfield, able to get away from the tackle. And I think he was able to get right back to the original line of scrimmage, which is going to bring up 4th down now. So Coach Maxey does not send his field goal team onto the field. He's going to leave the offense out there. So Kearns and the offense are going to continue to operate. It's 4th down. Builders with an opportunity to preserve their shutout here in the first half. 4 wide receivers set for Knight. Knight looks, chased. It's going to be hit. Ball comes out. Builders recover. Huge hit once again from the Builders. Force the loose ball as Watson was in the right place at the right time. Football goes straight up in the air. Adonis Watson comes down with the loose ball, and the Builders continue to preserve their shutout with 3:24 remaining in the first half. Game number 1 of the 2024-2025 Builder football season. So Watson, his momentum carried him into the end zone. I thought that they may call that a touchback, but instead they marked the ball dead at the half-yard line. So the Builders have to be super careful with the football here, as Ty Taylor is into the backfield. Ty Taylor is not going to make it out of the end zone. That is going to be a touchback. I'm sorry, that's going to be a safety. I'm sorry. So just like that, the Builder shutout is erased. And you knew that was going to be that's a very scary part of the field to try to operate on if you're the Builders trying to get the football out of the end zone. I actually thought the Builders may try to attempt a pass out of the end zone, seeing as if they're going to run a handoff to their tailback, the tailback is going to be somewhere around 4 to 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, with the line of scrimmage being about the half-yard line, which means he has to run almost 5 yards to get himself out of the end zone. Unfortunately, the offensive line was unable to hold up, and Taylor was brought down in the end zone for a safety. So your score is now 21-2, 3:18 remaining in the second quarter. So the Builders will now kick it back. Builders will now kick it back. Wait, why are the Builders kicking off from the 20? Was there a penalty that we didn't see? Oh, that's part of the rules, that they kick it from the 20? Okay. All right, so excuse me for not knowing the rules in this situation, but the Builders will now punt it back to the Knights after having surrendered 2 points on the safety. That high kick is fielded by the Knights, who are able to get it up close to midfield. So that's going to be a nice starting field position now for the Knights after having scored. Well, You know what? We're not going to say they scored 2 points. We're going to say we gave them 2 points. That'll make me sleep better at night. So after having surrendered 2 points to the Knights go back on offense. Builders now have the edge in the turnover margin, 2-1. As Kearns back out at the quarterback position, he delivers to the wide receiver. They try a pass downfield, and it is complete for a touchdown. That is a 51-yard touchdown pass from Tucker McCormick to Andrew Cross, I believe. Yep. So a 51-yard double pass at the 3:01 mark has changed the entire complexion of this football game in a matter of 2 consecutive plays. So that pass goes from Kearns to McCormick to Cross for 51 yards, and the point after is up, and it is good. 3:01 left in the first half. Builders looked like they were well on their way to an easy victory. Now things have got a little more interesting here. 21-9 is our score, as McCormick connects with Cross for a 51-yard. Sorry, trying to write everything down. And the point after is good, so 21-9 now is our score. So, okay. So Builders again attempting to break a 6-game losing streak to the Knights. Builders trying to improve on their home record against Southern Virginia. That record currently stands at 1-3. So a little bit of energy now back on the Knights sideline as they've seen their fortunes change on 2 consecutive plays, one a safety that gave them their first score of the afternoon at 2, and then a 51-yard pass from McCormick to Cross gives them their first touchdown of the afternoon. So 21-9 is our score as both special teams units make their way onto the field. Gabe Butler set to kick the football back to the Builders. Beecham back. He's joined back with Burse. So instead, the football goes into the end zone. And that's going to be a touchback. So a bit of a momentum switch here in this football game. All the momentum early on was with the Builders, but in a matter of 2 plays, the momentum has changed sidelines. So let's see if the offense can control the clock for the next 3:01. Remember, the Builders won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will get the football coming out of the locker room in the third quarter. But let's see if the Builders can put together some plays here with 3:01 remaining. As Taylor, who we haven't seen much of in the second quarter, is taken down hard out of bounds here on the near side. He immediately goes down to one knee and takes his helmet off. So he was able to pick up enough for a first down. That moves the sticks to the Builder 39-yard line, where Swanger flanked to his right by Moore. Looks like the defense wants to overload the right side. Swanger steps back, delivers. Ball bounces on its way to the intended receiver, Eduardo Rios. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Second and 10, ball still at the 39-yard line.
So the clock is stopped now. 2:23 remaining in the first quarter. It would be great if the Builders can put together a couple of first downs and eat up this remaining time on the clock and not give it back to the Knights, who have picked up a little bit of momentum as Moore able to rumble over midfield into plus territory. And with that run by Moore, that is a first down, Builders, and the clock continues to run. That was a huge run by Moore. Very important first down. Because technically, with every first down.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
So technically, with every first down that a team picks up, they're able to run off about maybe 2 minutes off of a clock. So with the Builders picking up that first down, and we have a stoppage here because we have adopted the same rules at this level of football that they have in Division I, there is a 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Builders enjoying a 21-9 lead over the Knights of Southern Virginia University. So again, if the Builders are able to keep this football on the ground, they can grind out this clock because Southern Virginia only has one timeout remaining in the first half. So their opportunities to stop the clock aren't that vast. They will need the Builders to stop the clock themselves by either calling a timeout or someone going out of bounds. So they're going to talk about all of those things with Coach Eldon Brown. This timeout at the 2-minute mark is about a 60-second timeout for both teams. Great to see the fans make their way out this afternoon, considering that, picture-wise is not the prettiest day we've ever seen in Newport News, Virginia. But the sun is trying to find some pockets to creep through.
Number 52 has declared as being eligible.
That's Nathan Jedlick, the right tackle that is declared eligible as the Builders go with a double tight end set, single setback, as the Builders take out the quarterback and they go with, in the backfield, they snuck that one in there, as Kendrick Overton takes a direct snap, the Wildcat on first down. He actually lost a yard. Did he stay in bounds? Okay, so he went out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 1:54 remaining. Play clock now at 16 as Swanger looks to the sideline to get the call. Play clock at 10. 4 wide receiver set, single setback as Swanger looks, tries to deliver to Petty. That may be interference, and there it is. That's going to be pass interference, as Petty was the intended receiver. Coming over and interfering with Petty on the catch was the strong safety.
Pass interference on the defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty, play results, and automatic first down.
That's Kiki Washington, who came over from that strong safety position and interfered with Petty. Had Washington just simply looked around and tried to find the football, then they could have called that incidental contact, but instead we'll take it as Petty was shaken up. He's slow to make his way from the other sideline back over to the home sideline. He starts to trot just a little bit more. Maybe he just may have gotten the wind knocked out of him. He's had a big day today. 2 touchdowns so far in the contest. 1:48 remaining in the first half. Play clock at 18. Builders with a 4 wide receiver set, single setback to the right of Swanger is Moore. No, I'm sorry, that's Taylor. Wide open in the middle of the field. Builders able to find their receiver is Beecham. Beecham able to get inside the 10-yard line of the Knights. First and goal, Builders, as the clock is stopped for the chains to be moved. So the Builders with a golden opportunity to add to their lead, which sits at 12 right now, as Swanger looks to Brown for the call. Brown tells him to stay with the call that's already been made. Single setback to his right is Taylor. Nope, it's not. It wasn't to Taylor. Swanger keeps. He's able to get to the middle of the field. Minimal gain as a scrum has broken out inside the 5-yard line. Now, I saw some late action after the play was over. I saw a Builder lineman go down hard, and right when that Builder lineman hit the ground, then that's when things started to get really messy inside the 5-yard line. So this is going to take a second to kind of sort out. I didn't see any punches thrown, but if they were, that's an automatic ejection. As one of the Southern Virginia players has already made his way off of the field with his helmet off. As you can see on the far side, Coach Dupay has called his guys over. Now, having talked to Coach Dupay in the pregame, if you don't know about Southern Virginia University, it's a privately owned, faith-based university. And one of the things that he said was he really wants to instill some really faith-based values into his guys. That's something that is really important to him as a head coach. So I'm pretty sure that is what he wants to talk to his guys about when he pulled them over. That, look, guys, this isn't us. This isn't how we play the game, So it's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing gets sorted out as far as field position goes and who is going to stay on the field as the referee, Jeff Davis, has his crew together, and they're continuing to talk about it. So, of course, we don't have the luxury of replay, so they can't go back and take a look at and see who all was involved in the melee. So they're going to have to lean on each other and what they actually saw take place to figure out who is going to stay in the game, what penalty yards are going to be assessed, and where the new line of scrimmage is going to be, as both Coach Brown and Coach Dupay are both on the field. So the entire stadium is quiet right now. Actually, it feels kind of eerie. I wish somebody would say something in the crowd. No, everybody is holding their breath to find out what the call is going to be. So right now, the referee is talking only to Coach Brown at the moment, and I'm pretty sure after he talks to Coach Brown, he'll make his way over to Coach Dupay, and he'll let Coach Dupay know what exactly or what the call is going to be once we come out of this lengthy stoppage in play, 1:03 remaining in the first half. We kind of saw this game get off to a very disjointed start. A lot of penalties, just a lot of things that were going wrong, but the Builders started to settle down and got to their scoring ways, putting up 21 points over the course of first and second quarter. We then saw the Knights get a safety to get their first points of the afternoon, and then a 51-yard touchdown pass from McCormick to Cross. Here's Jeff Davis.
We are going into second down. However, we have penalties against both teams and one ejection. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 8 on the offense. Number 1 on the defense. Those penalties will offset. Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 75 on the offense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 6 on the offense. Those penalties will offset. Number 75 has been ejected for the remainder of the game.
So that's
second down.
So that's Gabe Sheffield. That's Gabe Sheffield, the starting left guard for the Builders, that has been ejected from the contest. The 6'2", 305-pound sophomore out of Chesapeake. His afternoon is done. So all of the other penalties will be offsetting So the ball doesn't move at all. It's still second down and goal. Swanger gives to Taylor. Taylor stopped. And I think Ty Taylor may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. If not, it may have been a slight loss as the clock continues to tick. 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Builders with one timeout remaining. They're holding it, but we're not moving with a great sense of urgency as there was a substitution. Game clock now under 30 seconds. Builders have to go into the end zone here as they look over to Elton Brown to see if the play changes. It doesn't. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Builders taking their time. Going into the end zone. That pass is broken up. Intended receiver was McKagan Pierikowski, and that's going to leave 11 seconds left on the clock as the Builders send out their field goal unit. Logan Eastman set to attempt a 25-yarder, or 24-yarder, I believe, a 24-yard field goal attempt from the left hash to try to give the Builders a 15-point lead heading into the locker room. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So the 25-yard field goal with 8 seconds remaining. Actually, I think when that kick went up, it was 11 seconds remaining. 25-yard field goal by Eastman gives the Builders a 24-9 lead as they head into the halftime locker room here. So we still have the matter of the kickoff upcoming. But if things hold where they are, the Builders will have a 15-point lead coming out of the halftime locker room, where the Builders will receive the second half kickoff from the Knights. It's actually been a pretty fun first half of football to watch once both teams finally settled down after those opening possessions. Remember, on the Builders' opening possession, they had two delay of game penalties in the very first possession of the season. Really, before the very first play of the game, the Builders had a delay of game penalty, but they've since settled down, put 24 points up on the board in the first half as Eastman looks to kick. Back are Hall, and I believe Hall. That one is dribbled along the ground, taken by one of the defenders early up, further upfield. That is Henry Audette, the junior out of Key West, Florida. So that's 3 seconds remaining on the clock. We'll see if the Knights try to take a shot downfield, or will they just hand the football off to Hall and allow those 3 seconds to tick off the clock, and they just go into the halftime locker room, or they do like I didn't say, they go into victory formation, take a knee, and the final 3 seconds will melt off the clock, and that is where the first half will end. Here at Newport News, Virginia at Builder Field, we're broadcasting live from the Jimmy Wilson press box. The Builders take a 24-9 halftime lead into the locker room. We are going to step away. We're going to allow you to do the same. We'll be back after the half for the second half of action here. Don't go anywhere. This is Builder Football. 24-9 is our score as the half starts to wind down here at Builder Field. Excuse me, sorry. Again, we're coming to you live from the Jimmy Wilson press box at Builder Field. Game 1 of the 2024-2025 season for the Builder football team is going well. Didn't start out that way, of course. It took a couple of possessions for our new quarterback. Now that Mason Tatum is no longer with the program, it took a minute or two for Grant Swanger, got to get used to it. New quarterback, Grant Swanger, finally settled down, and the Builders got into their scoring ways. A couple of things real quick we can go back and take a look at it. Of course, Builders lead by a score of 24-9. As far as stats go, a lot of them are kind of deceiving because a lot of them are in favor of Southern Virginia. Now, the Builders, of course, have the lead on the scoreboard, and, of course, 4 first downs, the Builders 15. The Knights have only gotten 6. Now, the Builders have run less plays offensively than the Knights have. The Builders have run 29 plays for 197 yards of total offense, while the Knights have run 34 plays for 153 yards of offense. The Builders have been able to be efficient on third down, but they've only had 3 third downs in the entire first half. They converted 2 of those into first downs, while the Knights were 1 of 8 on third down in the first half. As far as passing numbers for Southern Virginia, Isaiah Maxey, who started the game, was 6 of 7 for 38 yards. He was lifted in the second quarter for Chad Kearns, who went 3 of 3 for 18 yards. The leading ball carrier for the Knights is Tyreek Hall. He had 12 carries, 33 yards. Leading receiver is Tucker McCormick. He had 3 catches. Nope, I take that back. Well, actually, yardage-wise, that was M.J. Laws, who had 1 catch for 51 yards. That was that double pass that we saw in the second quarter that gave them their lone touchdown of the contest. But as far as receptions, Tucker McCormick has 3 catches in the first half. For the Builders, Swanger was 3 of 9 with the football, 73 yards. But get this, 2 touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns went to one player. That was T.K. Petty, a super efficient afternoon, 2 catches, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's basically been the touchdown maker here in the first half. As far as rushing yards go, the Builders, Ty Taylor, 9 carries, 59 yards. Kamani Moore, 7 carries, 36 yards. He has a touchdown. And finally, Swanger, say his last name again? Swanger. Why can't I remember that? Swanger. Help me, God. Help me. Grant Swanger, 3 carries, 30 yards. As far as receiving, of course, I already told you that T.K. Petty, 2 catches, 47 yards. The only receiver that has caught a pass is Beecham. That was 1 catch for 26 yards, and that set the Builders up deep in Knight territory for their field goal going into the halftime locker room. So we are set to begin the third quarter here at Builder Field. Builders lead 24-9 over the Knights of Southern Virginia University. Beecham and Moore set to receive the kickoff, and the second half is underway as Beecham circles underneath the kickoff. He takes it, goes around the left side. There's a wall there. Beecham with the speed, able to get over midfield. Beecham finally tracked down and brought down, but not before he's inside the 35-yard line of the Knights, and that is where the Builders will take over. 1st and 10. What a way to open the second half of action here on game number 1 here at Builder Field. Outstanding job by the special teams unit to set up a wall on the left side of the formation. Even better job by Beecham to use his speed to be able to turn that corner and get the Builders in the plus territory to start their opening drive of the second half. Swanger back in at quarterback, of course. He's flanked to his left by Ty Taylor. Give inside to Taylor. Taylor changes direction, surges up through the middle of the offensive front, able to pick up about 3 yards. So Swanger and the offense are on schedule. 2nd down and 7. And when I say on schedule, the goal for each play is on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, your minimum gain you want is about 3 yards. So if you're able to pick up 3 yards on 1st down, that pretty much puts you on schedule, where if you can pick up 3 yards on 2nd down, that makes 3rd down so much more manageable. So right now, Builders on schedule, 2nd and 7. And Swanger flushed out of the pocket. Finds his tailback, Taylor. Taylor able to get through the tackle. And finally, touchdown at about the 20-yard line. That'll be another 1st down for the Builders. Their 16th of the afternoon. And the Builders knocking on the door just on the edge of the red zone. 4 wide receivers set for the Builders. Single setback, no tight end. Builders in their 10 personnel package. Taylor flanks Swanger. Swanger with the give to Taylor. Taylor tripped up after crossing the line of scrimmage. Was tripped up by the defensive end for the Knights. I believe that may have been Talon Birch, who was able to get at least a hand in. So 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Builders on the Knight 16-yard line. Swanger looks over at Coach Brown. Coach Brown doesn't change the play. 7 seconds on the play clock as Swanger takes the snap from center, gives to Taylor. Taylor continues to drive his legs, and he doesn't stop until he's inside the 10-yard line. That'll make it now 1st and goal. Builders, 12:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Builders knocking on the door. Offensive line has done an amazing job all day, just really controlling the trenches against this defensive front of the Knights. Taylor remains in at tailback. Builders still with a 4 wide receiver set. Single setback is Taylor. Swanger is your quarterback. Does have a couple of touchdown tosses in the football game. As this give goes to Taylor. Taylor tries to bounce it to the outside. But nice job by the defensive front to maintain rush integrity. Turn Taylor back inside where defensive help was there to finish off the tackle. So that's going to make it 2nd down and goal to go. From the 9-yard line, a loss on the play, unfortunately. So new tailback into the backfield now is Moore. Moore already has a touchdown on the afternoon. Play clock now at 15. Play clock now at 10. Swanger waits. Gives to Moore. Moore finds a crease in the middle of the defense, able to get inside the 5-yard line, but gets met right there, and he goes down by the middle linebacker. I believe that's Matheson. So the Builders now 3rd and goal inside the 5-yard line of the Knights as the Knights make substitutions. Knights beef up their defensive line just a bit. Play clock at 15 as Swanger looks over to Brown. Play clock now at 8. Swanger with Moore to his right. Swanger. Toss into the end zone to who else, ladies and gentlemen? Take a wild guess who just made that touchdown grab. That is T.K. Petty for his 3rd touchdown grab of the afternoon, and the Builders build on their lead now 30-9 after their opening drive for a touchdown here in the 2nd half. So that is now Swanger to Petty I believe that was 4 yards for the touchdown. Eastman with the point after. His attempt is up, and it is good. 10:15 remaining in the third quarter. Builders take the opening kickoff of the second half, down for a score 31-9. We'll return in a moment.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
31-9 is our new score as the Builders, grossly efficient with the football, coming out of the halftime locker room to surge ahead now 31-9 to seize back momentum that they had lost late in the second quarter, where we saw the Knights were able to get 2 points from a safety and then turn around, and they were able to commit a double pass for a 51-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. Looks like momentum was headed back to the Knights, but the Builders have since seized it back with 10 points of their own. As the Builders kick off to the Knights, Knights able to return the kickoff back to their own 33-yard line. I think that's where the umpire is going to put it down at, right around about the 33-yard line. So the Builders back out on defense, and the Knights back out on offense with Kearns. Chad Kearns replaced Isaiah Maxey. I don't know if it may have been for ineffectiveness or injury, but the toss goes to, that is Spike Adams with the carry. Spike Adams is a backup running back. Of course, he's a freshman from American Fork, Utah, as the Knights try to hit the Builder defense with tempo, as Kearns able to get out of a pocket. That was a design run on the play, as we can see Sunshine making its debut here this afternoon. As you can see, the field starting to be bathed in sunshine. That should dry the turf out even more, as Kearns finds his wide receiver in the middle of the field. Right at the midfield stripe is Alex Sylvester. And we start to see the Knights put something together here with this tempo offense. So Kearns barely even waited for his running back to get set. He's flushed. Able to toss it downfield to his tight end, but that's going to be incomplete. His foot was on the sideline. Builders nearly got their hands on Kearns when they flushed him out into the left flat, but when it were unable to bring him down on the play. So that incomplete pass is going to make it 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Knights as they slow things down just a little bit here. 4 wide receiver set, trips to the right of Kearns. Kearns decides to take off and run. Kearns able to get to the outside. He will pick up enough for a 1st down prior to going out of bounds. He was being chased on the play by Mason McGavran, who just wasn't able to catch up with Kearns. The give inside. That's going to go to Trey Kelso. So the clock continues to tick. We're now at 8:20 in the third. Knights have decided to not huddle. Want to try to go a little bit more up-tempo, but they've since kind of slowed things down just a little bit. Long time getting the play call from the sideline as Kearns looks. Flag comes out. Kearns is chased out of bounds on the near side, but I believe this penalty will go against the visiting Knights, and that's going to back them up. If that is holding, that's going to back them up 10 yards. Clock now stopped at 7:54 as we wait to hear from the referee, Jeff Davis.
During the run, holding, 72 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
So that pushes the Knights all the way back to close to midfield, right at the Builder 49-yard line. That makes it now 2nd and 21 as the Knights get to the line quickly. Kearns out in the right flat to his wide receiver, who was taken down almost instantly. Pass was complete to Sentez Gibson, but I believe Gibson is going to have a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long as we have a player down on the turf. I believe that is Xavier Hunter. And by the looks of it, it may be cramping. I don't think he's actually injured. I think he's just actually cramping. Hey, we got any pickle juice? Anybody got any pickle juice over on the sideline? I'm still trying to figure out what properties in pickle juice actually help with cramping. Vinegar? Okay. Well, I don't see a jar of pickles. So we may just have to go with Gatorade tablets or something like that. And what's so funny a lot of times about when athletes have problems with cramping, a lot of times that's because they did not hydrate well enough the day before the game. It's not the day of the game that caused the cramps. It's the lack of hydration. No lack of hydration on that sack. Big hit in the backfield by Darius Carney, the 6'2", 185-pound sophomore out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, able to bring down Kearns. And get this, folks, he sacked him on the other side of the minus side of the 50. So the Builders were able to flip field position on a couple of plays thanks to a holding penalty, and now that sack by Carney. So that should help the Builders in their efforts of securing the football on this next possession as Beecham sets up shop at his own 25-yard line. Alex Sylvester set to kick it away on 4th and 28. That one is high. Fair catch call by Kearns. And the Builders will start their next drive right there. Tell you what, let's step away. Builders lead 31-9 over the Knights of Southern Virginia University. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
The Apprentice School Athletics Hall of Fame induction ceremony is right around the corner. Be sure to purchase your tickets to honor the 6th annual class of the Apprentice Athletics Hall of Fame. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to gobuilders.com to get your tickets today.
Builder offense back at it with Taylor. Taylor still running hard. Even though the Builders are up by 22, Taylor is running like they're down by 22 in this contest. 6:27 remaining in the third. Builders with their second possession of the second half able to march downfield, stick the football in the end zone on their opening possession of the second half to improve their lead to 31-9 over the Knights of Southern Virginia. Out of Buena Vista, Virginia, again, here is Taylor. I think Taylor was able to only get back to the line of scrimmage this time on second down. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5, or really long 4 upcoming. And we have a player down. So we're going to have a quick stoppage in play for the Builders as they tend to one of the linemen. That is Hayden Moody. That is down on the play, the 6'3", 285-pound senior out of Republic, Missouri. So while they're tending to him, we'll step away. We'll be right back. Builders lead 31-9.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Hayden Moody able to make it off the field over to the sideline on his own. And as soon as we say that, Nathan Jedlick is going to be whistled for
False start. 52 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
So Nathan Jedlick gets whistled for the false start. That's a 5-yard penalty. So that'll put the Builders at 3rd and 9. Ball sitting on their own 20-yard line. Swanger. Flanked by Moore. As Hayden Moody continues to get stretched out here on the near side. I think he may have gotten rolled up by the running back on that previous play as the inside give goes to Moore. Moore able to shake a tackle. Moore able to get around the left side, and he's finally pushed out of bounds, but not before Moore was able to pick up enough for another Builder first down. So 5:05 remaining in the third quarter, and the Builders are moving yet again. Builders now at their own 45-yard line. As they continue to enjoy a 31-9 lead, Builders are in no hurry, taking their time. Play clock now at 9. Swanger looks, delivers out into the right flat, finds his wide out, who's able to shake a tackle and then finally step out of bounds here on the near side is Eduardo Rios. So for Rios, I believe that's only a second grab of the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, it's his first. So Rios, he's been targeted, but he finally hauls in his first catch of the afternoon. 6'1", 175 pounds, freshman out of right here in Newport News, Virginia. Swanger. With Moore flanking him on the right. I'm sorry, that is Taylor. Taylor with the give. Big hole in the middle. Taylor finds it and gets upfield for a huge gain on first down. And that gives the Builders another first down, as you can start to see the Builders just exacting their will in this football game. Builders have controlled the line of scrimmage pretty much all day today with that big offensive front. Before he was injured, they consisted of Hayden Moody, Gabe Sheffield, Aiden Custer, Jack Klingerman, and Nathan Jedlick. But, of course, remember in the first half, Gabe Sheffield was ejected from the contest as this give goes around the right side to Ty Taylor. Ty Taylor is having himself an afternoon running the football, the 5'9", 190-pound freshman out of Hampton. So Taylor goes out of bounds, 3:05 on the clock. So that was an 8-yard run. Makes it 2nd down and 2, which opens up the entire playbook now for Elton Brown. Swanger gives it to Moore. Moore finds a crease, gets stood up right about where the sticks are. So we'll see where the spot is going to leave the Builders. But that was a huge tackle right there. I believe that was Kiki Washington, who came down from that strong safety position on run support to stop Moore, but not before Moore was able to pick up enough for a first down. So the drive continues. 20 seconds on the play clock. Sunshine is finally back out here in Newport News, Virginia for the Builders. It's almost like God is shining down on them. as they try to build on this 31-9 lead over the Knights. Give inside to Moore. Moore is stood up. So that's Cutler Matheson with that tackle. No gain on the play, so the ball is right back at the original line of scrimmage, the 27-yard line, as Moore makes his way out of the contest. Taylor back in at tailback. TK Petty on the afternoon, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. It does not get more efficient than that from the wide receiver position. Having himself an afternoon, as the play clock now is down to 7. Swanger waits, takes, looks, stands tall in the pocket, delivers a soft pass to TK Petty that hit him in the hands. Nope, I take that back. I think that's Beecham. Yep, that is Beecham. Nice soft pass, hit him in the hands, just could not bring it in. That was a beautiful touch on the pass by Swanger. That was a nice one. Wasn't exactly sure if the corner was able to get a hand in on that pass and knock it out of the hands of Beecham, but boy, that's what you want to see out of your quarterback. Nice job by the offensive line to keep him clean the entire time he was in the pocket. Swanger able to survey the field, find a receiver, deliver a nice ball. It just wasn't caught. Swanger delivers a nice pass into the end zone. That is Beecham, and this time he holds on. Touchdown, Builders! That is a 27-yard pass into the end zone. Swanger to Beecham for 6, and the Builders have now gone out in front 37-9 with a point after pending. Logan Eastman on to attempt the point after. I'm so used to saying Jeremiah Morgan on to attempt, but he's no longer with the program. He's graduated. The snap, the hold, the kick, all 3 work together, and it is good. 59 seconds remaining in the third quarter here at Builder Field. The Builders have now extended their lead 38-9 over the Knights out of Southern Virginia. We're going to step away, folks. We'll be back.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit GoBuilders.com to get your membership today.
"27-yard touchdown strike from Swanger to Beecham. Point after is good. Builder lead now with 59 seconds left in the third quarter, 38-9 over the Knights out of Buena Vista, Virginia. About 3-hour drive from here, as that kickoff is mishandled. It trickles into the end zone. That gives the Bills an opportunity to stop them deep in their own territory, and they do. Kickoff returner is stopped inside his own 5-yard line. So they're actually going to mark him at about the 6-yard line. That was Javen Bell that had some problems securing that kickoff. So as it goes, the Knights are going to start this next drive deep in their own territory after having momentum literally snatched away from them by this Builder football team. So 38-9 is our score, 55 seconds left in the third. And I believe we have a quarterback change. Maxey is back out there at quarterback. As Maxey looks, tries to deliver the football to his wide receiver. That's Grayson Page. Grayson Page unable to bring it in. So it'll be second down. Ball will be on the 6-yard line. But we have a flag on the play, as the Builders have a player down deep in the back of the end zone.
Offsides on the defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So that's
Injury timeout.
So that's the defensive end, Adonis Watson, that got started a little early. But the player that is down in the back of the end zone is Benny Nina. But he's up and walking off under his own power, which once again, you just wonder if that may be cramps. Now, at kickoff, the percent humidity was around 88%. That is high. Even if the temperature isn't high, if the percent humidity is high, that's like the weather coming at you with a dry sponge, and it's literally just pulling all the moisture out of your body. So if these guys have not properly hydrated themselves, then, yeah, cramps are going to attack them, as we saw there with Benny. As you can see, the defense continuing to attack. That is another sack by Adonis Watson. Boy, he has been a terror off of that defensive end position. He has been virtually unblockable. Now, he's going up against Seth Olson, who is a freshman out of Parker, Colorado, but he is eating Seth up. Seth has to have at least, it looks like almost a foot of height on him. Pass out into the right flat. Pass intended for Tucker McCormick, but that is incomplete. So that makes it now 3rd down and 11. 17 seconds left in the third. So again, Adonis Watson stands at about 6 foot. Seth Olson has to be at least 6'6". And right now, Adonis Watson has been virtually unblockable at that defensive end position as Maxey tries to deliver something far downfield. That one goes way out of bounds, incomplete, and the Builders should get phenomenal field position. So 11 seconds left on the game clock. Josiah Beecham back to receive the punt. Josiah just caught his first touchdown pass grab of the afternoon on the previous possession, 27-yarder from Swanger to Beecham. As that one is a bit of a knuckler, is going to run. Bills are going to stay away from it, and it's going to come to a stop on its own at the Knight 44-yard line. So a 33-yard punt with 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter. So the Builders will come back out on offense. This will be the last play of the third quarter. As we've seen that sunshine that showed up disappear behind clouds again, but that's okay. We haven't seen the Builder offense or defense disappear this afternoon. Builders have really come in and just made a statement in game number 1 of the 2024-2025 football season. As the play clock, as you can hear, the fans are counting it down. The play clock is now down to 4 as the Builders get on the field quickly with a handoff to Taylor. Taylor looking like something straight out of NCAA football.
This concludes the third quarter of play.
And with that play,
Injury timeout.
That is how the third quarter is going to end here at Builder Field, as we're going to step away and take a break. Builders lead 38-9. When we come back, Builders first down.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
38-9, Builders with a commanding lead as we're starting to see Mother Cramps starting to make her appearance in the contest this afternoon. Another player for the Builders, Nathan Jetlick, could not get off the field under his own power. He had to come and be stretched out and give it a squeeze bottle full of H2O. Where is Bobby Boucher when you need him? As that handoff goes inside to Taylor. Taylor able to bounce it outside, still pick up positive yards. I'm telling you, he has had himself a day. You can start to see from that tailback position, he's starting to have fun. He is just getting an opportunity to just be as creative with the football as he absolutely wants to be, as the Builders look now to just grind out this last 15 minutes of the football game and try to get out of here without any more injuries and get themselves prepared for their next contest, where they'll be taking on Washington and Lee on September the 14th. Now, that is an away game. That will not be a home game, so we will not be broadcasting that one. But Builders want to get out of this one as close to injury-free as possible. 3 wide receiver set, 1 tight end, single tailback, 11 personnel, and that give goes to Moore as the Builders continue to use as much of that play clock as they possibly can. And we have a late flag coming out, and I believe that's going to go against the Knights, as there was a tie-up in the secondary between a couple of players. One for the Builders, of course, and one for the Knights. That is Jack Christensen was locked up in coverage with Trayvon Ball. I think that's who it was. I can't see the jersey. I think that was Trayvon Ball. If it was, while they were locked up.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 21 on the defense. Half of this is to the goal. Play results and automatic first down.
Yeah, while Ball was blocking Christensen at the end of the play just kind of pulled the helmet off of Ball, and the officials saw it and dropped the flag. So that is where the 15-yard penalty comes from. So guys starting to lose their composure just a little bit. Some frustration starting to set in just a bit for the visiting Knights, who see themselves down right now by 27 points in the fourth quarter. Builders in command with Swanger at quarterback. Swanger to Moore. Big hole inside. Moore able to surge inside the 10-yard line down to about the 6, I believe. So the Builders can pick up a first down without getting a touchdown. So that's a pickup of about maybe 4 on the play, so 2nd and 6 upcoming. Builders continue to take their time. Swanger keeps, and he is chopped down right around the line of scrimmage. May have picked up 1, I believe. May have picked up 1. Stopped on the play. He was stopped on the play, I believe that was by Kavika Bringhurst. As Coach Dupay plays a lot of players. I mean a lot of. But when you have 80 freshmen, you've got to get these kids onto the field during live action to get them some experience. As the play clock is now at 4. Swanger looks around. Takes a snap from center. Pitch goes to Moore. Moore may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage and probably nothing more. Maybe 1 yard pickup, maybe, on the play. Clock continues to tick. It's now 4th down. The field goal unit makes its way onto the field. So this will be a 22-yard attempt upcoming from Logan Eastman, who has not missed any field goal attempts nor point afters on the afternoon. And please don't let me have just jinxed him right there. He's on the left hash. He is a right-footed kicker. Builders were going to substitute. Do they have enough players on the field? Builders do have 11 on the field. That would have been a 12th player, as that 22-yard kick is up, and it is good. So 11:41 remaining in the fourth. Builders tack on another field goal. And the Builders now lead 41-9 over the Knights of Southern Virginia out of Buena Vista, Virginia. Awesome first game showing for the Builders. And, of course, if you've been with us from the beginning, you remember things kind of started off a little shaky, a little disjointed for the Builders. But they've since been able to get things under control and have just really taken command of this game and just never, ever, ever let it go. Came close to surrendering momentum at one point when they gave up a safety. And right after that, the next drive, thanks to a double pass from McCormick to, it wasn't Cross. It was from McCormick to Laws, MJ Laws, 51 yards, where they were able to get their lone score of the afternoon. And after that, the Builders seized momentum back again and have not surrendered it. As that kickoff comes down to Hall. Hall, another tough tackle. This time, the tackler lost his helmet on the play, and another scrum breaks out just inside the 30-yard line. Is that big hit delivered that time? We still haven't found out who 43 is yet. Does anybody in the press box know who 43 for the Builders is? That is Frank Coleman. Okay. So Frank Coleman, who normally wears jersey number 58, is wearing jersey number 43. But I'm telling you, he is bringing the hammer. It doesn't matter what jersey number he is wearing. He is laying the wood.
During the return, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 18 on return team, half the distance to the goal, first down, Southern Virginia.
So, again, Southern Virginia is starting to lose their composure quite a bit here. That's Jalen Lackey. He's a wide receiver out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is probably one of the worst places to drive through on the way to D.C. I don't know why, but every time I drive through Fredericksburg, Virginia on my way to D.C., the traffic stops. I'm always thinking there's like a deer in the road or something, and there never is. Gosh darn it, I want to see a deer next time. So that pushes the football back inside the 15-yard line to the 11. I'm sorry, to the 12, which is where the offense will start as Maxey is back in at quarterback. He gives to Tyreek Hall. Hall has had some decent runs this afternoon. But for the most part, the Builders have done a fantastic job of keeping him bottled up. He's a dynamic runner in between the tackles. Sincere Hawkins with the tackle. Clock continues to run. We're now at 11:06 left in the game. 4 right receivers set as the tight end goes in motion. Here's Maxey. Maxey looking for his wide receiver, overthrows him. His intended receiver was Taylor Carden. So that incomplete pass will stop the clock. 3rd down and 4 upcoming. At some point in time, the entire field is going to start to become 4-down territory for the Knights at some point. Maxey once again flanked to his right by Hall. Hall with the carry. Hall stopped. Hall is going to be brought down right at about the 20-yard line. A couple of guys in on the tackle. Jamison Battle was last to get up off the turf. The 6'2", 300-pound freshman getting an opportunity for some action. And Southern Virginia says, nope, too deep in our territory to go for it on 4th down and 2, so we will punt the football away. So Alex Sylvester. I don't know who Alvin is. Maybe that's his younger brother that is currently being recruited by the program. I don't know, but Alex Sylvester who plays tight end. And we are going to get, I believe, a timeout. Yep.
Prior to the delay of the game, timeout, Southern Virginia. Their first charge timeout of the half.
So timeout SVU will take one with them. 10:05 remaining in.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Back to receive the punt from Sylvester at the 43-yard line. Beecham circles and is knocked out of bounds and finally taken down on the plus side of the field. Right around about the 49-yard line, which is where the Builders will start the next drive in plus territory. Clock stopped at 9:55 remaining in the contest. You know, in this day and age, when the officials, when I say they catch it, man, they absolutely catch it. And it is one of the hardest jobs in sports is to be an official. But not because we have a couple of them in the press box with us, but this game has been very well officiated. I'll admit that. They've done a fantastic job. Jeff Davis and this crew has done a very, very good job in the midst of, you know, tempers flaring and things like that, that they've really been, they've allowed these guys to play. But when it's been time to drop a flag, they have not been afraid to drop a flag. So I'm going to give the officials a pat on the back. And as soon as I say that, they stop play. Never mind.
Timeout, Southern Virginia. Correction, timeout, Newport News Apprentice.
I'm just kidding. The kudos are well-deserved. So nice job today to Coach Jeff Davis and his crew for the job they've done this afternoon. Again, this has been a very well-officiated game, and it doesn't feel like the officials have injected themselves into the outcome of this game at all this afternoon. So that's exactly how you want it. 41-9 is our score right now. Builders with a commanding lead. The Builders have been in control of this football game, even when it felt like they weren't. Coach Vincent Brown has prepared the guys well for this opening game this afternoon to try to see if they can halt this six-game winning streak or six-game losing streak that they have had to Southern Virginia, and it looks like that is going to stop today. So unless something weird happens, looks like the Builders are going to pick up their first win of the afternoon as we have a change at quarterback. Now, this is the backup quarterback who came in earlier in the Wildcat and kept the football, but he's in, and he gives the football to Taylor. Taylor breaks it out into the flat. Taylor with one man to beat, couldn't stay on his feet. Taylor almost scored a 49-yard touchdown, but instead he's going to pick up about 39 yards on that run, and that's going to set the Builders up deep in night territory. So the ball is going to be placed down at the 12-yard line, so a 37-yard scamper by Ty Taylor, who has run the football extremely well this afternoon, almost got rewarded with a touchdown. Here he is again on the outside. Throws a guy off of him, which shows you that Ty Taylor, as the game is going on, folks, he hasn't gotten weaker. He's getting stronger as the game is going on. Unable to pick up much of anything on that carry, maybe a yard, maybe. So they're going to give him a yard, second down and 9. So that's Elkendrick Overton that is in at quarterback. He's the backup. He goes 5'9", 170 pounds. He's a freshman. and he hails from Suffolk. So getting an opportunity with the Builders up 41-9 right now with the pitch out in the right flat to Moore. Moore able to get back upfield. Able to split the defense, got upfield for a couple of yards on second down. Well, maybe more than a couple, about 4 at least. So it's going to make it third down and about 4 upcoming. Ball sitting on the Knight 6-yard line. Clock continues to tick. We're almost down to 8 minutes remaining in the contest. So we haven't seen Taylor make his way into the end zone yet from the tailback position. You got to give him an opportunity with the way he's run the football this afternoon. Again, Overton at quarterback, flanked by Moore. They run into each other. Overton holds onto the football, and he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play. Ball came out, but the whistle was already blown. So we have a Builder that went back down his way off the field. That is Nathan Jetlick. We saw Nathan go off the field a little while ago with cramps, and I think he may be cramping once again. Still don't see the pickle juice on the sidelines. So after this timeout or after this stoppage, the Builders are going to, I believe, attempt a field goal from the 9-yard line, which is going to make it a 26-yard attempt upcoming from Logan Eastman. Ball is almost in the middle of the field, kind of favoring the left hash just a little bit, but that hasn't mattered to Logan, who hopefully is going to kick well enough that we forget all about Jeremiah Morgan, who was just a stellar kicker for the Builders for several years until he exhausted all of his eligibility. So again, this is a 26-yard attempt upcoming as the Knights bring a player on late. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick. The kick is up, and it is good. No flag for roughing the kicker right there at the end. And with 7 minutes remaining in the contest, the Builders have extended their lead to 44-9 in the contest. As we change possession, let's step away. We'll be right back. Builders lead 44-9.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
44-9 is our score. 7 minutes remaining in the contest as the Builders get back on the board once again at the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. A 26-yard field goal up and good by Logan Eastman. Again, he has been absolutely perfect in his kicking duties this afternoon. He's hit on all of his point after attempts, and he's converted all of his field goal tries as well. As that kickoff is short, that one is going to be fielded just outside of the 20-yard line, and that is where the Knights will begin their next drive. So Builders will get an opportunity to get some guys into the ball game, to start working on depth, because, of course, these contests are going to get more and more difficult as we move through the season, so you can't have enough quality depth as the season goes on. So the defense is about to settle in as guys still running on with 17 seconds on the play clock. Give goes inside to Kelso, who is met quickly. May have gotten, I don't know, maybe a half yard or so as another player goes down for the Builders. So only a pickup of 1 on the play as the builder that was injured is able to make it off the field under his own power. I think that may be Austin Moore, who already has his right knee heavily wrapped, and that was the leg that he was favoring as he came off the field. So he may have re-aggravated something, but we don't want to speculate on an injury without any confirmation, as Maxey is able to find his running back Kelso in the middle of the field. His helmet comes off, and he is upset about it too. Yeah, I think as he's being tackled, I think a builder may have gotten his hand underneath the neck bumper of the helmet and pulled it off as he was going down. So he was not happy about that at all. So he has to come off the field for at least one play. As Maxey is joined in the backfield with a new tailback. He's flushed, but still able to connect with his wide receiver, Tucker McCormick, close to midfield. He's able to, well, he was touched before he got out of bounds. So the football now is at the Knight 48-yard line. Maxey with a quick pass to his wideout. That's Andrew Cross with the catch. Stayed in bounds. Clock continues to tick. Short of the first down as we get a stoppage. And we have another builder that is down. That is Ja'Shawn Jackson, the free safety, who we've already seen go down a couple of times. So, again, cramps may be the culprit yet again as Jackson jumps up quickly, but he's slow to get off the field. So, once again, I believe that it's going to be cramps that are going to be rearing their ugly head yet again. Now, his backup is Jaden Jackson, who I did not see go onto the field. So they went with some other substitution other than Jaden Jackson. Here's the give. Knights able to get inside and able to get upfield for a first down. That is Antoine Mills in at the tailback position, as the Builders have another player that seems to be having some trouble. As he's able to make it to the sideline and over to the bench area. So he'll get looked at as this swing pass goes out to Mills. Mills lost his footing. I think he may have gotten back just shy of the line of scrimmage. So the Builders are making some substitutions as the play clock now is round about 15 yards, not yard line. Maxey is flanked by a tight end or receiver. That receiver gets the catch. That's Tucker McCormick, who's brought down inbounds. Clock will continue to tick. 4:15 remaining. Benny Nina with the tackle. As you can see, some of the Builder defenders are absolutely laboring. And it's not because they're tired, it's because they're cramping. As that pitch and catch is successful, that gets the Knights down inside the Builder 20-yard line. As soon as the chains are spotted, the clock will start again. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the ball game. As that give goes inside, I believe that is, nope, that is not, that is Kelso. Kelso is 26, Hall is 23.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10, ball at the 19-yard line.
No gain on the play. It's going to make it 2nd down, 10 for the Knights. who are trying to break a scoring drought as the running back Kelso is stopped and stood up. Can't tell from this angle if he picked up anything, as we have a builder that is slow to get up off the field. There he goes. Now he's up. So third down and a really long 8. I mean a long 8 upcoming. So this is more than likely 4-down territories. We're going to get a timeout.
Timeout. Newport News Apprentice.
Yep. So that's a timeout for the Builders. That leaves the Builders, I believe, with 1 timeout remaining. So 44-9 is our score. That is more of a maintenance timeout than a strategy timeout for the Builders on defense. They've seen a lot of guys fall prey to cramps, and I want to give these guys an opportunity to get over here, get hydrated for this last 2.5-minute stretch in the contest. Again, with the score being what it is, as a head coach, you want to get out of here, first of all, with the win, unless something crazy happens. Of course, that's not going to happen. But, man, if you can make it out of this contest without any injuries, if you can do that, you are living in what's called high cotton. So, coming out of the timeout, 3 wide receiver set, single tailback for the Knights, as Maxey is pressured, flushed right into the arms of a tackler. That is Benny Nina, who makes the tackle, who seems to be laboring himself a little bit. Actually, he's tapping out. You can see him right there tapping on his helmet to come out. It's now 4th down and 9. Was a timeout called? Okay, so Coach Dupay allows the play clock, the game
This
clock.
includes, correction, this is a 2-minute warning. 2-minute timeout.
I think Jeff Davis is ready to go. As a matter of fact, I think Jeff Davis is already at home having a beer. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. So when we come out of this break, it'll be 4th down and 8 for the visiting Knights, and the Builders, again, just want to get this last 2 minutes over with without getting anyone injured. It's been a really nice tune-up game for the Builders. Okay. So I've just been handed a note that TK Petty has set a single-game record with 3 touchdown catches in the football game. I want to say he's only had like maybe 3 catches the entire game. And each one of those is going for a score. So like I say, if you want efficient from a wide receiver, that's efficient right there. So the 2-minute timeout, as Jeff Davis eloquently put it, is now over. Maxey back in at quarterback, Kelso to his right, and we're going to get a false start. So Cambridge Bingham is going to be whistled for the false start. Ashes number
False
7.
start. 74 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Number 74 for the Knights is Ken Harris, and Ken Harris is looking around like, wait a minute, that wasn't me. You know what, Ken? I agree, sir. It wasn't you. It was Cambridge Bingham that actually got the false start, the junior out of Kaysville, Utah. That's going to make it now 4th down and 13, as this pass is going to be incomplete, and that will be a turnover on downs. So the Builders defense holds, even though half the defensive unit is cramping, they still held on 4th down. Speaking of cramping, now we have a Knight that is down on the field. He's up and limping off the field. I think he may be succumbing to cramps as well. You know, cramping shouldn't be funny. If you've ever had a cramp before, I'm telling you, man, those things make you want to go to the emergency room. 1:54 remaining in the contest. as Kendrick Overton is back out at quarterback. Give goes to Moore. Moore up the middle, just tries to secure the football, hold on to the football to keep the clock rolling so the Builders can try to get out of here. Because as we already can tell, Jeff Davis, the referee, is already gone. Only his body is still on the field. Clock continues to tick. It's now at a minute and a half remaining as the play clock is now down to 15. Builders just want to run this clock down. If they can pick up a first down, well, actually, you don't have to pick up a first down. Play clock at 4, 3, 2, Overton. With the football, tries to circle. Don't go out of bounds, Overton. And they signal that the clock continues to tick. Seawright with the stop. Clock continues to tick. We're now down under 1 minute left. So the Builders are going to use as much of this play clock as possible. It's now down at 15 at the moment with about 39 seconds left. So the Builders can't take a knee and run out the clock. Well, yes, they can. They'll run this play, and this will likely be the last play of the contest as the play clock is at 1. Here's Overton with the give to Moore. And Moore is able to pick up 1 yard on the play, and that will essentially salt it away. So the Apprentice School Builders will pick up their first victory of the new season by taking out the Knights of Southern Virginia University decisively by a score of 44-9. Coach Vincent Brown and the Builders improved to 1-0. Coach Joe DuPay, his squad falls to 0-1 here on this young season. Builders with a huge victory here at home, 44-9. They end their 6-game losing streak to Southern Virginia University. Game got a little hairy at the beginning, but man, oh man, it ended really, really well for the Builders. So the Builders will get rested up. They will prep for their next contest, where they'll be taking on Washington and Lee, where they'll be visiting them in Lexington, Virginia, to try to pick up their second victory of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been a fun afternoon here in the Jimmy Wilson press box at Builder Stadium. So for Dave Davenport, I am Howard McCain. We're going to say good afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We'll see you here soon when the Builders come back home to take on Thaddeus Stevens on the 21st of September. 44-9 is the final score. Builders 1-0. Folks, we want to thank you again. And remember, until next time, this is Builder Football.